TommyInnit cracked the YouTube code to boost his channel from a stagnant but impressive 200,000 subscriber count to going into the double-digit millions. In 1 year alone, he raked in 7 million YouTuber fans. So how did this young, loud, and I mean loud, British kid figure out how to take his channel into the big leagues? How did he crack the code? And what can you do to have the same effect on your own channel, even if you don't make screaming Minecraft videos? Tommy's breakdown of the elusive YouTube algorithm falls into 3 handy-dandy areas: structure, search engines, and nailing his branding. All of these techniques helped the guy go from grinding for 2 years to exploding in July of 2020, making him the second thing to go global that year, aside from the you-know-what virus. All because this was the month that he joined the Dream SMP. No, that's not some sort of street gang. It's a name of a popular Minecraft server hosted by established Minecraft YouTubers. Of course, it is tempting to say, well, shucks, Tommy got lucky only because he got to collab with the biggest names in gaming, and that's how he got so big. But that kind of overlooks the fact that they actually brought him into the group because they could see that Tommy was going to be big. They could see all of his time in relative obscurity as him training, figuring out, and cracking the code. After all, there's been over 30 other gamers in the Dream SMP, yet none have experienced growth like old Tommy boy. So clearly their bet paid off. Even Tommy himself revealed that studying the YouTubers that he really wanted to be like helped him to decipher the recipe for success. Tommy's mastering of YouTube storytelling proves that just as much as your idea needs to be interesting and easy to understand, it also needs to be entertaining and engaging. But most importantly, it needs to do all of these things all at once. Anyone new to Tommy's videos would be foolish for thinking that the guy has a short attention span. I mean, the way the stuff is bouncing around more often than a bouncy ball factory during an earthquake. But having even one asset animated every few seconds keeps the video visually stimulating. But it's not there as a cheap clickbait just to hold your attention hostage, because his stories are still easy to understand, because he gives them context. I mean, if you've ever listened to your mother try to tell a story, you'll know how vital it is to get to the premise quickly. Who is the story about? What do they want? And what are the stakes? But Tommy has one more trick up his sleeve: the on-screen text. Sure, text over videos is common, especially when a lot of content is consumed without sound. It's certainly how I listen to Olivia Rodrigo stuff. But reading is an active activity, and listening is a passive activity. That means that audiences need to get involved with your content, which makes it more likely for them to watch. So you can boost your audience retention by having text, which in turn boosts your climb up the YouTube rankings. Speaking of audience retention, the guy cuts more fluff than a blind dog barber. Okay, take out a stopwatch, watch his videos, and see how often there's a big payoff. Spoiler alert, it's every 1 to 2 minutes. If he promises comedy, there will be a joke. And if it's a story, there will be a plot point. I mean, heck, if Tommy was making a video about him pooping, there would be splashes of water every 60 seconds. All of these skills help maintain your attention. But you'll need a different approach to make someone click your video, assuming you don't have a gun to their head, of course. Boosting your sub counts will come from piggybacking that sweet recommended tab. So that's why you'll have to follow Tommy's hacking footsteps if you want to have the best titles and descriptions to make your content go viral. Alright, first up, he sticks key interest words in his titles. He's not naming his videos like a French art house movie here, he's aiming for clicks. So you'll see a repeat of words like Minecraft, funny, and even name-dropping other YouTubers to attract his audience of screaming 16-year-olds. But these high-interest words also appeal to a large audience in general, and are faster at getting YouTube to cast a wider net than slipping them an old Benjamin Franklin. Where it gets a bit more sneaky though is the video's description. The first line tends to repeat the text of the title, sometimes with some elaboration, but at the very bottom, usually in the final block of text, they will read like he was typing out some sort of secret code whilst suffering a psychedelic trip, because they don't make much sense. But there is a logic here. He's taken as many other high-interest words and thrown them together. But rather than dump a pile of hashtags, he's at least tried to present them as coherent information. YouTube likes this, so Tommy likes this. The final leg of Tommy's code cracking is consistent branding. The reason he wears the same shirt in every thumbnail isn't that the guy can't afford new threads. but to help build the closest things YouTubers have to a logo. And that is recognizability. His thumbnails have the same layout, the same colors, and the same simple information to make it that much easier for people to recognize his videos in a split second. But the real masterstroke in his branding comes down to his relatability of his actual content. I mean, after all, video quality is a priority. This humble Brit appears to be a regular old teenager, and not the YouTube mastermind that he actually is. This means his audience has a connection with him, despite the fact that his knowledge of running a channel is something they might never have. That hint of aspiration and inspiration, mixed with his down-to-earth camera presence, means that he feels both like a friend, but also like a celebrity. It's a delicate balance, and not something that can be replicated very easily. But the fact that Tommy has figured out what his appeal is a strength in and of itself. So what do you think is the most valuable secret? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you want more videos deciphering YouTube success, then leave a like, and share this with anyone you know who might be a budding content creator. As always, hit that subscription bell for upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.